Hi, this is Dr. Kerry Johnson. I hope you've heard my name before. I'm the author of 17 books, including a New York Times bestseller, New Mindset, New Results. One of my newer books, which is called The Referral Mindset. Pretty much anybody in this business can use more referrals. Besides being a keynote speaker at conventions around the world, we also have a coaching company called Peak Performance Coaching, how to increase your business by 80% within 8 weeks. So whether you want to increase your business by 10, 20%, or whether you want to increase your closing ratio for JD Mellberg leads to 85% in order to get more leads given to you, coaching could be effective for you. Pete Russo, the president of JD Mellberg, asked me to do this video exclusively for producers like you, mainly because all big producers have coaches. You already know that basketball, football, baseball players have a coaching staff that works with them. Tennis players, golfers have 3 or 4 people that work on the swing, putting, serves, mental coach, physios. All these athletes have coaches. But did you also know that every big producer in this industry also have coaches? One of my clients named Lloyd makes $3.5 million in commissions, and all he wanted to do was work with the divorce attorneys through quadros, qualified domestic relation orders. He wanted to get referred to more divorce attorneys. He went from $3.5 million to $5 million within 6 months just by utilizing referrals more effectively. So what does coaching do? Well, 3 things. Number 1, we build a business plan to keep you focused. If I could keep you on a business plan to keep you accountable, there's absolutely no way that you're not going to hit that 1 year, 1 month, 1 week goal. Number 2, we rebuild your basic skills so you're not going to work more hours. And number 3, we build advanced skills so that once you get to that level of $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, getting to the next level of $1 million a year actually is going to be easier than getting to $300,000, $400,000 in the first place. So let's kind of go back and dissect this. That business plan. We've got to know that there are 4 steps to a sales process. Number 1 is lead generation, JD Mellberg leads, for example. That lead that comes to you has to be a certain number to be able to hit your goal. We also need to be able to originate your own phone calls through what we call the 3-month call. If you call your clients, your A's and B's every 3 months, I promise you, your business will go up by 38% in 30 days. Do you know how to do an elevator speech? Do you know how to talk about what you do so magnetically that people just say, wow, I'd love to hear more about that? We're also going to talk about, number 2, how to listen effectively through things called the 5-step bridge. U.S. Trust did a study in which they discovered that 86% of your prospects buy because they feel understood. Only 6% buy because they're made to understand. So therefore, we're going to work on a probing technique called the 7-step probe that's going to make people feel understood. We're going to work on things like how to find out whether they have advisors, not a financial advisor, but a nephew, uncle, sister, that they have to run CPA, they have to run something by. Let's find out who those people are first. Also, how do you find out what people actually want to buy? We've discovered through U.S. Trust research also that if I can get 1 need from somebody, there's a 36% chance to do business with me. 2 needs, 56. And if I could get 3 needs, there's a 93% chance they'll do business with me. 93%. Are you listening for needs? We're also going to work on the closing presentation. Did you know that facts tell, stories sell? Do you know the 2 reasons why people do not buy from you is, number 1, they're confused, and number 2, they don't trust? Well, the reason they're confused is because they get too much information. We're going to present solutions to only the 3 needs they said they want to buy. And if you get salesy, and when you start saying things like, if I could do this, would you be interested? Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to do business with me? They'll get defensive, they'll push back, and it'll be much more difficult to have a conversation and be a trusted advisor with people. Who isn't qualified for coaching? Well, 3 things. Number 1, when people don't show up. I haven't had many, but in my 40 years of doing this, I've had maybe 3 or 4 people who were no-shows that I had to fire. Rescheduling, no problem. Missing an appointment, no problem. Consistently, big problem. Number 2, you have to study the stuff we talk about for 5 minutes every single day. Monday through Friday, 5 minutes. I've got to know that you're implementing the things we talk about is making a difference. We'll review the things that we work on before we start working on new things to make sure they make a difference. And number 3, you've got to do the things you say you'll do. One of my clients, Rick Martin, was a lieutenant colonel in the Marines. And during boot camp, a DI said, "Sir, if you don't keep your promises, people die." And Rick said that was the best motivational lecture he ever went through. So 3 things are, number 1, working on a business plan. Number 2, rebuilding your basic skills so you're not going to work more hours. And number 3, building advanced skills is going to help you get to that next level even quicker. Those advanced skills are things like NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, how you can determine whether somebody is, how they'll buy from by the way they move their eyes, the words they use, behavioral economics, sunk cost fallacy. Why won't people leave an advisor that's not doing a good job for them? We're going to work on behavioral styles. We're going to work on things like the pushback. We're going to work on hurt and rescue, how to present long-term care, how to upsell people based on that 3-month phone call. A lot of skill sets are going to be effective for you. But the question you should be asking is, hey, this guy's got an MBA and a PhD and joking like, say, I've got an EIEIO. Why have a business psychologist as a coach? Why not just have a regular guy who might be an ex-insurance agent or something? Well, mainly because at least 50% of the people I work with have more than just skill sets they want to work on. Sometimes they have call reluctance. They have problems making those phone calls. Sometimes they self-sabotage. They don't keep on their business plan. They have time management issues. A lot of people oversell. They think that they just pitch the product. People say, wow, I love this. This is the best thing I ever heard in my whole life, which is not true. And they push too much. So how much does it cost? Well, $500 per month, $250 from your JD Mellberg bond account, and $250 from your credit card. They're groups of 3 people per group. I'll try to match you up with people at your similar level and your similar skill set, and you've got to make a commitment for 6 months. I discovered that when we just make it month to month, the people leave after a month or 2. They snap like a rubber band to what they're doing before. It's a total waste of everybody's time. But if I can keep you focused for 6 months, stabilized, you're going to be able to keep those skill sets and those behaviors as a part of your habit pattern so you don't revert back. So all you have to do is fill out this evaluation sheet, 20 questions, take about 5 minutes, send it back to me. And just for taking the time to do it, I'm going to give you a free video called Referral Techniques of Top Producers. So again, Pete Russell wanted me to send you this video. This is exclusive for JD Mellberg producers like you. Coaching is once a week for about 30 minutes or so on a weekly basis, pretty consistent times. And it'll increase your business dramatically. You will hit your goals if you do the things you say you will do. And I'll do my part in working on the skills and the backup to make sure that you have the opportunities to be able to get there. Please fill out the evaluation and send it back.